Yeah.
Hey everybody, how's it going on this wonderful Saturday? Easter tomorrow. It's exciting.
The only eggs I want are snake eggs.
Yes, this would be nice. Let's say hi to the chat. Sophia's here. Hey Sophia. More Forge, what's going on? Keys is here. What's up, Keys? Sammy, as always, nice to see you, man. I need to get one of those new pink shirts from you. I like the new logo.
Morning. Is that it?
Yeah,
I can't.
That's it for
the
now.
The microphone is in the way.
Yeah, the boom arm's right in front of Nikki. It goes just like this.
I can't see a thing. I'm wearing my Peace and Pet shirt. If you couldn't tell, it's a great logo.
Yeah, favorite. Brandon shirts are awesome. We got shirts we have to send out too.
Yeah, we have a list.
Yeah.
We're checking it twice. You have on your cue ball shirt.
Yeah, I've got cue ball. He's not slacking on the back
because you.
Yeah, it matches. Unfortunately, well, it's all right. It matches. I got to show him the back. Cue ball's got really cool. Is it good?
Cute. Yep, you can see it. It's really good. That was. What was that? One of his first snakes? I can't remember what he said. There's a story behind that snake.
I think that's what he said. It's been a while since we've had him on.
And this is Craig, the rat. It's not really, but that will just live on forever. So Sophia understands. It's Craig, the rat.
We have Vance on today. Blue Zombie. Let's get him out.
It's Vance.
What's going on? How you doing, Nikki and Kurt?
Doing good. Better now that you're here and it's Saturday.
Right? It's the weekend, Easter time, all that good stuff.
I know. Thanks for cutting into your show to come over on this show.
Oh, no problem.
Right.
I was happy to come over here. I was like, yeah.
You could have just done a transfer over. We should do that some Saturdays. I was talking to Kurt about that. I was like, we should just do like a mashup some Saturdays.
That would be cool. Yeah, that would actually be neat.
A little bit of crossover.
It would be.
Yeah, we need to do something like that.
We'll work on it.
Yeah. We'll get something figured out.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, we always joke that it's always the same suspects watching, so why not?
For sure. Hey, it brings everybody together too, you know. It's like we'll just kind of all run together.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's the only way to be, because being alone is boring.
Yeah, we're definitely not going to be able to do it alone. So.
No.
Yeah, definitely got to have people on your side. That's for sure. Better as a community as a whole rather than just one, you know. Not going to make it too far. So.
Lisa and I were just talking, I think, with Matt that's on Show Me Your Rack tomorrow from Ball Brilliance. I can't remember if it was backstage or when we were on stage, about how we didn't realize until we got snakes and then started meeting all of the reptile people that there are other people like us out there.
Mm-hmm. There is.
Yeah.
Oh, there's more of us out there. But we didn't realize snakes would be the unifying factor.
And every once in a while you run into one of the normies that non-snake people. Mm-hmm. And they go, how many snakes do you have? You go, I don't know, like 100. And they just look at you, and then you see them over there talking to somebody.
It's like we were just selling feeder rats last night, and the gals that we were selling this batch to, they breed rabbits for show and for feeders. And they were both like, well, how many litters or how many babies do you have at home right now to each other? Well, I have about 40. Me too. And then they looked at us and went, we say that in front of normal people and they think we're absolutely nuts, but saying it in front of you is nothing.
You're my people.
No. Yeah, exactly. So we're like, how many ASF babies do you think we have right now? Probably about 2,000 in the rack, probably.
Right.
That sounds insane to most people, but
it does. To us, it's like, we want more.
Exactly.
Right.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, we have everything ramped up, expecting to have a decent amount of babies this year. So
just cross these fingers.
Hopefully it all works out. Otherwise, we've got a bunch of extra ASFs.
It's not a bad problem to have, though.
It's not. I'd rather have too many than not enough.
Yeah.
At least you can always sell them and make money off of it. You know. It's
like,
everybody's always needing rats.
We're hoping to convert the Pacific Northwest, well, at least Washington, since you can't have them in Oregon, but you can have those desert field mice, but hoping to convert more Washington folks. Lots of people up here have been afraid that if they get them on ASFs, they'll never want to get off of ASFs. But we find that more with mice than
Yeah, that is more the biggest issue with the mice. I try not to. I'll do mice once in a while here and there if needed, but I usually I just do the Norwegian rat. So
Yeah.
and like you guys, unfortunately, I can't have ASFs down here. So
Yeah.
once I could find the field mice, I know a couple places. I just got to go get it. It's a few hours away. So
Yeah. Well, if we ever figure out how to ship frozen rats, there you go.
right,
Frozen African soft-furred rats.
definitely, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, the one of the guys that we know, Bergman from Bergman's Reptile Room.
Yeah, James
Bergman, thank you. He was the one that really cued us into how much more beneficial ASFs actually are. I mean, in every way. They consume less food. They never outgrow your animals. They produce like crazy.
And if you talk to Aaron from Matsu Morphs, even the snake's poop is better.
Right.
That's the running joke now.
More compact, huh?
Yes, he asked me, have you noticed their poops being leaner? Is that what he said? I can't remember. I haven't yet, but
Except
I believe
if
anybody has, it would be Aaron after feeding them for so long. So
Nice.
But no. Do you feed live or frozen?
I do live.
Yeah, same here.
For a while, I was having to do frozen. I don't really care for it. Because the pet store I went to, they actually closed down, and so my only choice was Petco or PetSmart.
Yeah.
So that was all frozen, and so I had to go to that. But a lot of my snakes would not do it, and I was like, man, I hate this. Well, I finally got back to. I got some rats, so I'm doing my own breeding now. But yeah, the frozen, I had to get some. Actually, I was running a little low on rats, so I had gotten a couple little small ones for a clutch that I had, and I got them eating on it. There was like two that wouldn't. So I mean, they did. I'm getting a little better at getting them on it, but yeah, I try not to too much. The only thing I do like to do for people is I'll try to give like one frozen one.
Yeah.
Just so if somebody does that snake is kind of okay, I could do this. So I have that option, but the rest of the time I always do live.
Yeah. Same
Unless the rat is big though, like if it's a medium, and that because those Norwegians can be a little wild.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes I'll have to put it out because obviously you don't want the snake injured. So
no, we do the same over here. We had a lot of stuff on frozen thawed for a while, and we were warming it up is the hardest part, and then like your arm going numb from dangling it.
Yes,
those were the banes of my existence during that time. Getting them the proper temperature, having them stay the proper temperature, and then my arm not falling asleep. But other people do it, and they do really well at it and have like just massive amounts that they warm up at the same time. So I think to each their own.
Right.
That's for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely time consuming. That's the thing. I mean, I know once you get it down, you'll be a little faster at it. You got your routine, but it's like, man, it just takes so long to let those thaw out, then warm them up, and then like you said, you're just sitting there holding your hand, just dangling. It's like, okay, it's just getting a little tiring. So let me just throw it in there, and we'll be good.
Will says, get a blood python, and all your retired breeder problems are gone.
Right.
Right now, we just look for all the people we know that need giant rats. Dylan is one of them. And the people we met yesterday are the other.
Nice. Yeah, and Will's over there by you guys too, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yep, we get to see Will at shows.
Yeah. In fact, he just got to win his first show last week, I think it was, in fact. So
yeah.
Awesome for him.
That's true. I know that is exciting. We didn't get to go that way. We haven't been to any shows since January.
Yeah.
January.
Yeah, we haven't had anything. We haven't been filling up the freezers. Our production of Norwegians just died off for, I'd say, a good 4 or 5 months.
It's because I didn't get rid of the colonies.
That was my issue. I did the same thing as you guys. Now I've got to sit here and go get rid. I got a tank that I've got to get those colonies out of. I'm like, okay, these ones are just not breeding. So I'm trying to play a little catch up myself.
Yeah, it's kind of hard when you have a heart because you're like, oh, but they were doing so well. Right. Yeah, that doesn't work when you have like a colony of like 4 or 5 females to a male and they're making 6 babies. It's probably not a good sign.
Multiplies, huh?
Oh.
It's like KG always says, the importance of cycling. That's the most important thing you can do with your rodents.
Yeah, I would say probably every at least 6 to 9 months is probably when you want to cycle them out. I know there's some people that do like 6 months. I try to do it at least by 9, but
Yeah, I'd say that's perfect for Norwegians.
yeah.
So we've noticed with ASF, sometimes they even run like 4 months. They're starting to look haggard.
It just depends. But the ASFs, I feel like for us so far, knock on wood, have been easier to like replace. Where
they're more abundant for sure.
I don't know. I guess with the Norways, I'm more attached to them because you can actually hold them.
Right.
But I don't want to get rid of them yet. Oh, for a while there, for the last couple of weeks, it was like, but that's so and so. We can't get rid of him.
Yeah.
Kurt's like, yes, you have to.
Between
It's
that
like
and the fact
this
that
big,
you've collected so many genetics with the Norwegians that it's hard to let some of them go. But we don't have hardy strains of certain things like Harley or what's that other one? Werewolf. Yeah, they tend to run 50%. I would say 50% of them make it past a small.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They're not very hardy. Just the lines we have, I think. But now they're popping up everywhere, so I'm having way too much fun. Look at it. It's so cute. We have to keep it.
That's the thing. It's like you want to increase. You try to get those better looking rats looking nice, but then it gets to the point where you're like, oh, you're cute. I don't want to feed you.
Yeah.
Like or a male like that, like you said, he was around for so long. He was such a big guy. Yeah. And I didn't want to get rid of him, but then he started eating the babies. I was like, nah, you're going now, dude. You already got a death sentence. Yeah,
that was our last one. I was like, well, we've had him since like we moved the rats from where the snakes are now out to where the rats are now. And it's like, I want to keep him. But then at the same time, you're thinking like, I'm going to take this giant male because I had to get rid of the females anyway and put them with the new females. No, he's like twice their size. Like
he's a russet potato.
He was. It's like a jumbo russet potato. He was huge.
Nice. Big boy.
It was a big boy. What pairings do you have later this year that you're excited for, Vance?
I've got a triple. So I've got an ultra male boy that is 100% het pied and 66% double het for hypoclown. And I'm going to put him with the triple het girl that's triple het for hypopied clown. So I'm hoping to hit the hypopied clowns and then they'll all be 100% het ultra male. I mean, even if I get like a 2-gene visual or something, that would be fine. Get a couple of those or something, that would work out. I've got a banana orange dream yellow belly boy that's het pied. He's probably I might put him with my red stripe girl. I'm not sure. I'm still kind of iffy on that one. I've got actually a pied girl that I'm going to be breeding too. I've got a super pastel, super vanilla, possible GHI, and either asphalt yellow belly girl. And I'm going to put her actually with my banana boy. So I'm hoping to hit the freeways on that one, but I've got to take and get her tested first and see if she's asphalt on that, because I definitely don't want to hit the ivories. So yeah, right. Hopefully I'll have some banana orange dream freeways that'll have GHI in them. And then, like I said, the triple visual on the hypopied clown. I might be putting, actually, I take that back. With my banana boy, I probably won't put him with the red stripe. I'm probably going to put my scrambler boy with that girl. So I've got about 3-4 clutches maybe this year that should be some pretty good ones. Step it up a little bit more next year. Next year is where I'm really hoping I'll have some nice stuff really popping out, but be some pretty cool stuff. I do have a female that's coming in. I'm not really going to probably put too much out about this project. But yeah, I'm super stoked on this one too. Everybody have to wait till I
I like that.
Step the suspense.
It'll be
perfect.
A find out later project.
It's like hard. That. Like I want to say like, this is what I'm doing, but
yeah, some things you got to keep under wraps just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Exactly.
So is it a full size female or is it a, got to grow them up?
She's actually about almost 1,200 grams. So
perfect.
A couple hundred more grams and we'll be going.
Very nice.
I don't know. What do you guys start pairing at?
Well, we've recently started with the with pairing at 1,200 if they're breeding.
They're building.
Or yeah, sorry, breeding, building. My bad.
I knew what you meant.
If they're building, we'll pair at 12. So 8 even like 5 to 8, we'll start a pair and see if it starts getting some size, and then we'll continue to pair from there.
As long as they're eating well, of course.
As long as they're, well, yeah.
But if they're at 1,200, it's usually they've been eating very well, and we're not worried.
And that's where I'm trying to hit. I want to try to make sure that my female is at least 1,300 grams before I start pairing, because I don't have the ultrasound machine, so I can't sit there and check the follicles. So if I could hit them at around 1,200, I'll probably be okay in that case. By the time hopefully she gets pregnant, she'll be at 13, 14. So yeah, they're pretty close. The super pastel girl I got, she's at almost probably around 1,000. So I probably got about 200, 300 grams to put on her. So she's not too far off.
No, not at all.
Yeah. What we learned last season, if they're not eating well, it's not even worth it, because you're just going to get slugs.
No.
Exactly.
You're going to get no follicles.
Yeah. Which is we had that one girl that we were talking about backstage that wasn't a good eater, and then started to be a really good eater for a consistent period of time. And then as soon as she caught the hint of even being gravid, she stopped eating.
Oh, wow.
That was that one that was at 31 millimeters from end of October until she laid her eggs in April. And then they looked fine, but they just didn't have any veins. Because how could they be fine if you haven't eaten since October? That crazy girl was in the back of the bin the whole time.
Yeah, Ken just said he starts pairing around 900 grams, which we've heard a lot of people are starting to do now, especially with having ultrasounds. And as long as they're hammering food, because they're only gonna eat more as they're building.
That's the thought, unless you're that one snake we had.
Yeah, and then we haven't had a ton of luck with like proven breeder females that we've gotten from larger breeders. So that's kind of the situation we ran into with hers. We're like, okay, cool, proven breeder. It's for the project that we were working, which was freeway stuff.
We think we found out why she was sold. Let's put it that way. We're like, wonder if this was her life previous breeding seasons. We just stop eating super early and sit in the back of the bin.
So
that's a risk you take.
She'll probably go up for sale as pet recommended only.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys brought that up, because that's the one thing that I have an issue with. For one, it's kind of hard to find an adult female or even a male that is specific genes that you're looking at. You might get one, maybe two of those genes, but to get too specific is kind of hard. So it's basically like when I go on Morph Market and I'm looking for a female, that adult that I do like, and she has that weight, it's like, well, what is the reason behind it? Are you just not needing her, or has she hit that wall, or she's not breeding? Is there something going on? So that's always a little scary on, do I want to get that? So, yeah.
Yeah, and it like you said, it's really hard to tell, especially with a larger breeder, because they'll have 10, 15 of the same genetic. So we just look at it like, oh, they're just selling off surplus. But when they know, like, oh, yeah, this one's a dud, she put out dud eggs.
Or she sat in the back of the bin for 6 extra months.
Yeah. We're just happy she didn't get egg bound, because that is a nightmare I don't wish upon anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be hard. Nobody wants to see their animal pass or anything, but it's a lot easier just for that animal to also pass rather than to have to try to deal with that, because I don't know, it's just not a situation you really want to be in.
No.
There's no great option to remove those eggs.
No.
Right.
Ours ended up making it, and she got to go on and be somebody's pet, and is a wonderful pet. But
we really
wanted her to. We really wanted her to be here. Gosh darn it.
Yeah, she was red stripe, het hypo, red stripe something else, het hypo.
Yeah,
maybe GHI. I can't remember.
Yeah,
she was a really cool snake.
Man, that would have been so nice to have in some pairings too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but her eggs came out with like a texture like this microphone.
They were cat, like Kurt referred to it as like a cat tongue texture.
Would be the perfect way. There was something didn't develop quite right on the shell.
Right.
Because most of them are nice, supple, soft leather texture. This one was like, there was no way it was coming out.
No, they were just.
And it's almost like, it's going to be a repeat every time, kind of just like, just pet only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. And sometimes you do get across that, like whether it's Morph Market or other things, but say like Morph Market, I'll come across ones that the person will sit there and say, hey, this is only pet only, it's had problems or whatever. So that's cool that you do have those people that are honest about it.
Yes. You have to be if you care about the animals, right? Like,
Definitely. Exactly. It's not about the money or saving space. Just be honest when that time comes. There's snakes that I've sit on for a year and a half before, and it's like, well, I'm going to sit on it. That snake's going to get fed and taken care of.
yeah. Because at the end of the day, it's really about them.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. If you
And
can't take care of it, you shouldn't have it.
No, and running on their timeline, which is whenever they decide to do whatever they're going to do.
Mm-hmm. I'll feed you 50 times, and if you don't eat, you don't eat.
Exactly. I'll
I'm just your
try,
servant.
try for 51.
Right.
It's very true.
Yeah, definitely.
Trying to think of.
Well, I got some snakes if you guys want to see.
Yes, we do want to see.
Right. Give me 1 second.
We have a little bit of Saturday brain going on over
I
here.
agree with Ken when he says that 900 grams isn't. I mean, a lot of people have been doing it and nobody's been talking about it really. Starting them if they're building at 900 grams, as long as they're eating, and because odds are by the time they get to the size where they're going to lay, they're going to be at least 15 or 1600 grams.
And I've been contemplating on that. Like, do I go at 1100 or 1000 grams and maybe start breeding them? Because like you said, they're going to pack on that weight. If you got a big female, she could put 100 grams on in a month.
Right.
So, I mean, that's nothing. So it's like, if just trying to hit that right spot where it's not too early for them, but also, of course you don't want to wait too late neither and wait 4 years before getting a clutch or something.
No, it's that fine line of do I want to advance it now, or can I wait another 8-9 months?
Exactly.
Or to a year and a half, depending.
Right. And I've had that issue with a few snakes too. I got a lavender albino, het pied female. And the guy's like, oh, she's a great eater and all this. I'm like, okay, good. And he's like, yeah, you'll have her breeding in a few months. Man, this girl, I'll be lucky if she eats every 3 months or something. She's like maybe gained 100 grams in the past few years. I'm like, dude. And then like he shut his account, like he blocked me off Morph Market and everything.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, I was like, all right.
He knew what he did.
Didn't ship out the snake on top of it. Like for a while, I bought 2 from this guy. And I called him and I'm like, dude, like I paid that snake off. Where's it at? And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I was at the PGA golf tour. I'm like, oh, great. I'm glad you're over there with fucking Tiger Woods getting autographs and shit. But, like,
yeah,
like,
his back probably hurt too bad to ship the snake.
Oh,
right. Need some of that icy hot or something.
What do you have there?
This is my lace girl. Let's see, maybe I pull her back a little bit.
There you go.
This is a lace calico.
Yeah, that looks nice.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. You don't want to work with me, girl?
No, they never do.
They don't. No. She's feisty, and you still are kind of a little chunky. Yeah, I gave her a big meal last week, so
she's living the good life.
Yeah, she still has a little bit in there.
Yeah, nothing quite like lace is gonna be huge. It's just catching fire. But lace, calico, OD.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and then you throw like a GHI or a black pastel in there. That's going to be an amazing looking snake.
And I can't remember if she's 50. I want to say she's 50% het clown or hypo. I'll have to check on her records.
It looks really bright. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was het clown.
Yeah. Do you use Husbandry Pro, Vance, or do you?
No, I am going to be getting Husbandry Pro pretty soon. I just don't use it yet, just because I think I have a small enough collection that it's really not.
We just had our first, well, we've had shed tests done before, but we had our first ones through Husbandry Pro, and it was really cool to have the results come right into the Husbandry Pro account and then be able to update their genetics without having to do anything. Just click a button. That was really cool.
Transfer.
It makes it so much nicer.
That was really
nice. Sizing me up, guys. Yeah, I definitely want to get that Husbandry Pro. That definitely helps a lot. There's so many cool things to that. being able to put your clutches or all kinds of when they ate or all that good stuff.
No, it is really nice. The shed. Oh my goodness. The shed testing results. That was the newest fun thing this week.
Yep. And so Charlie's lowered his prices.
Oh yeah, they were like $40.
It's $40 a
instead.
test now.
Oh sweet. What was it?
Yeah.
Wasn't it like 45 or 50 before?
It used to be 50.
50, yeah. So it was $10 cheaper.
Yeah, we sent in 4 tests. We had one girl come back, het puzzle. The other one I don't think is back yet.
No.
And then 2 misses on hypo.
That's okay.
Oh.
We'll just say that's okay a lot because it makes us feel better.
Yeah.
Right. It's okay.
It's okay. We're fine.
It's just eating me up inside. That's all.
Uh-huh. What's that?
We're the worst at guessing.
I don't guess.
Yeah, you guys want to guess? I usually try to wait a little bit and let people guess if they want.
This is all Kurt. This happens all the time on Show Me Your Rack, and I'm like, I no longer know anything.
I'm going to say pastel something.
Okay, this is actually a scrambler.
I was going to say scrambler, but then I second-guessed myself.
Orange Dream Hypo.
Yeah, I was just looking at the eyes and going, it could be.
Yep, there you go.
Scrambler, OD,
Hypo.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that'll do it.
Oh, and Het Pied.
You can't go wrong there. That's a good one.
That is a really good one.
Male?
Yes, male.
That's a good male.
Oh boy, work with me. There we go. Yeah, this guy, I wish, man, you know how it is. The cameras never do justice, but this guy is so bright.
Yeah, you gotta have Craig style camera.
That comment from Brian. You see Brian's comment? I'm waiting on a shed test from my son. He acts just like his mom.
Yeah, that would be a good one to throw to the last female that was up there. That'd make some crazy looking snakes. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, I'll definitely get that in the mix too. Just too bad you have to wait like every year. You can only do one a year, you know.
Yeah.
Next year we'll put another male with you. But yeah, I love this boy. This is like one of my favorites. He's awesome.
He's beautiful.
He doesn't like to work with me much, showing him off, but yeah, there was actually 2 of them, but this guy was brighter than his brother, so I was like, well, I'm just gonna get him.
Yep, that's a successful way to do it. Buy with your eyes. Pick the brighter one.
Like the other one, there was a lot of people liking the other one, but I was like, nah, I see this guy's looking dope. He's nice.
What's the worst can happen? Have an extra gene in there you didn't see or they didn't know about?
Exactly. I could get, if you guys want, I could go get that super pastel, super vanilla girl.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I would love to see that.
Okay, give me one.
We love us some vanilla. If only Angel were here, he could go on the vanilla rampage that we all need.
It's hard for Angel to make it. He's a lot of times got single, or he's got kid duty, so a Saturday afternoon is kind of hard for him.
His wife is working.
Unfortunately, we got to pay the bills. So
you get us. You lucky ducks, you guys.
Yeah.
So lucky. These 2 weirdos. Just kidding.
Hey, we do the best we can with what we're given.
We can. Okay? With what we've clawed our way to. That's the better way to say it.
No.
Given?
Yeah, given meaning like our natural talents.
Natural talents. Kurt's really wishing on a star somewhere.
Yeah, so vanilla is one of the things that we're trying to work. We're trying to get rid of all the fire in our collection and go to disco or vanilla.
We want heat in our collection, but fire is a
right.
Thank you.
Yeah, trying to get the white snakes out of there some way, or at least reduce the white snake.
White snake.
Yeah, not the 80s hairband either.
See. What you don't know about Kurt and I is we could rant on like this for the next 3 hours.
Season is starting really late for us. We just had clutch of eggs go bad. but with, like we said, we knew it was going to go bad because there was no
They had no veins.
They had no veins at all. They had nice looking eggs though. So okay, here we go.
We just subjected the internet to our ramblings, Vance, while you were gone.
Nice.
It was great.
Look at how cool that is. So like this is something that we want to work into our sunset stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way we want to go with that is like sunset puzzle, vanilla, like super vanilla, super pastel.
Nice. That
And
would
maybe
look really
a dose
good.
of hypo. Yeah, simple, satisfying.
She's a big girl.
Now, let me turn this down because I think it's too bright.
It's okay. She looks great, even with it bright.
You can tell that she is bright. That's the thing, right? Like,
and that's not, it doesn't have het clown or anything like that in it.
No. So this one is super pastel, super vanilla, and then possible GHI.
Okay.
And then
I could see that.
Yeah, I kind of. Some people were saying no. Some were saying yeah. I see that. I honestly believe there's a GHI in it. And then she's either yellow belly or asphalt.
Okay. Oh, she's got a cute little nose.
Gorgeous snake.
What
She's
is
a cool-
our? Do we have a super vanilla from Billy, or is that just a
We
vanilla?
don't have a super vanilla. We just have a vanilla.
vanilla.
And that's just Harley Quinn.
Hello, Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, she's my baby. She was just a little baby when I got her. Got my hand in.
Man, imagine how bright she was when she was a baby.
Yeah, she
Probably
was
had to have shades on.
Right. Better get your glasses on.
That's why we're excited to see it in sunset. See how much.
This would honestly,
brightens
this would be. I forgot to go back to that. I'm glad you brought that up, Nikki. That would look really good in your guys' sunset. I think that would go crazy.
That's our hope with our. What is she? She's vanilla something.
She's vanilla hypo.
Oh, vanilla hypo.
Nice.
And we paired her with an OD sunset this year.
Did we?
Okay.
Yep. That
So
was
you
the
guys
first.
might be getting some clutches pretty soon, then, huh?
Yeah. We have at least 20 some pairings scheduled that we've been working, but who knows how many we're actually going to get. If we got like 10 to 15, that would be amazing.
There you go.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff we're shooting for double hets or double visual single hets, and we'll see what we can get. Kind of like you were saying with our, we're also working hypo clown pied stuff. So
Nice.
It'll be a holdback army over here.
it'd be cool to collaborate with stuff like that.
For sure. Yeah, and that's what's cool too is doing collabs. It's like, man, you can get so far. Just
Yeah, that's one of the things. Like Nikki and we've been talking with a lot of people that we know here locally. It's going to be a struggle for us in general, and I mean all of us that aren't huge breeders to get where we want to go. So why not work together?
Exactly. Oh, in fact, I lied. I brought a couple more snakes if you guys want to see those.
Oh, perfect. Let's see what you got.
That is, I like that kind of lying.
Right, that's the best lie you could have.
Gosh, I forgot that we paired her with.
Yeah.
That's
So
why I was looking at you like you were crazy. It doesn't feel like we've had
we
him
got
that
this.
long.
We got this really awesome breeder size male from Petrogenetics, and he's an OD sunset. We paired him three or four times, and then he stopped eating completely.
We got him back on food, everybody. He's like a month into being back on food every week and eating like a champ. So that stress is over. May he never do that to us again.
Yep, that's right, Will. Take your time, enjoy the ride.
I didn't realize we'd had
Get where
him
you
that
need
long.
to go.
We've had him since before October. It's wild. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah,
That's
so we
for
got a couple sunset pairings going this year. A lot of hypo clown pied stuff in the works.
See how that goes. Hopefully very splendidly.
This girl I just got in. She was supposed to be red striped leopard, but I wasn't so sure on the leopard. And so I was showing her to some of the guys. I was like, what do you think? I'm like, yeah, I don't see leopard in her neither. Let's see, try to pull it back.
Leopard can kind of be hard to tell sometimes, though. Sometimes it's not as prolific as it normally is by itself.
What's a leopard get?
I wish you'd pull out okay, pause on that. I wish you would unravel.
That was one of those ones you couldn't even take back. It was too late, Vance.
It was too late. It was in the air. Everybody heard that.
Yeah, we can't take that away.
No. Oh.
Yeah, definitely red stripe though.
Yeah, red stripe for sure. Come on, girl, work with me. There you go. There you go.
Oh, leopard is tricky, kind of. Right?
Especially with the
right
what's your whole opinion with the leopard having a super form that you see floating around where it's still up in the air?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I know. That's the tricky one.
Unless I'm wrong and somebody's proven it.
That's why everybody puts probable
or
possible super leopard, because we don't know.
Man, another beautiful big girl.
Yeah, she's 1,300 grams. So I don't know. I had some plans with her, but I got to get the male up to size. So I don't know. I might put another male with her. We'll see. I got to go through actually after this weekend and figure out kind of what I want to do with a few pairings.
The game plan.
Yeah. Start getting all that stuff.
I know. Then sometimes you need to have a backup game plan.
Yeah.
And sometimes your backup game plan needs another backup game plan. Bah. So true.
Oh, favorite gene.
Favorite new genetic. We like Scrambler. Is that newish? It's new enough.
I don't know. I also like
I love Scrambler. Kurt likes it, but it's probably not his favorite one.
What's that one we just got?
Furrow.
I really like how Furrow is coming across. And I don't know how new that is, but it's not something that a lot of people work.
Yeah, Furrow's pretty nice too.
We just got a pastel butter furrow het clown male from Ammo Xanthics.
Nice.
Right? Yeah. He's handsome. He's a big boy. He could go do his thing right now. So there's a question for you from Dustin. What is your favorite new genetic that's come out in the last 2 to 3 years? Kurt said Furrow. I said Scrambler.
I'm thinking Scrambler is one of my favorites since I've already,
See, it's a hard decision.
Tornado, I guess I'll say, since I already have Scrambler.
I don't know anything about Tornado.
Nope, I have not seen it.
I've never heard of Tornado either.
Tornado's pretty neat. But, I'd probably have to go with the Scrambler because that is one of my favorites. So.
Yeah, and it's nice, too, when it's in your collection, you can actually go see it.
Yes. Instead of looking at everybody else that's got it on Instagram.
Right. Darn you, Chris Hernan.
Zero clutches. Zero clutches in the incubator.
Damn you with your super Scrambler, super orange cream, hypo, freaking.
Gosh, his stuff is so pretty.
Yeah, we did just pick up one from him.
Oh, look who showed up when we said Scrambler.
Did someone say Scrambler?
Hi, Craig. Craig really loves Scrambler because he got the deal of a century when he got the snake from Billy wasn't that the one that had a mystery Scrambler hiding in it?
Billy was calling it New Gene, and it turned out to be a Scrambler.
Good job.
So
Craig.
it's a super asphalt Scrambler and some other stuff in it.
Nice. This is a Inchy het rainbow girl.
Okay.
And then 66% het hypo. She's probably about 400 grams or so. So I getting her there. Got a little bit more.
She looks good though.
Yeah, thank you. I wanted to show my male off, but he's in shed right now, so he's not looking so hot. But he's what is he? So he's het rainbow, Huffman, hypo, pastel. So hopefully,
I was gonna say Huffman is another one I've heard, but I don't know anything about.
That's in the Bell complex, correct?
The Huffman's a darkening gene.
Oh,
it's
okay.
It's more of a black. It's really nice.
Okay.
And this is why collabing and working together is key.
There's so many genes that are not even on our radar, but there's no bad genes.
No, it's all what you put. That's the thing. People want to hate on pastel and certain genes, and it's like, really?
There you go.
Everything has a place. I guarantee you, not every gene is meant together. You could take any gene and put it with something, and it could it could look like garbage, but you put it with the right thing, it's going to look amazing.
Mm-hmm. It's just like a lot of people hate on pastel, but we have a super pastel puzzle mail that we got, and that super pastel in puzzle looks amazing.
It looks really good.
Yep. And I could see that too. Puzzle's got that wild pattern, and then pastel, it's got a crazy pattern. So, I mean, I really like what it does to things too. It changes up a lot. Yeah, I'll have to show you the guys once he sheds. I'll show you that Het Rainbow Huffman Hypo.
You'll have to after he's out of blue.
Thanks for the knowledge, Ken.
Ken's dropping all sorts of knowledge in the chat.
Yeah, he's straightening me out.
Kurt's reading it because I'm trying to lean around the microphone boom. Oh.
Ken's always got my back.
You pointing at this?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ken's a great guy. In fact, anybody just throwing it out there, next Saturday, April 26th, 12 p.m. Pacific time, I'm doing an auction for Ken and his daughter. Again, that was 12 p.m. Pacific time or 3 p.m. Eastern on next Saturday, April 26th. So anybody wants to donate, hit me up and let me know. Or if you want to buy animals, we have so much stuff that's pretty cool that's going out there. We got obviously snakes. There's a lot of merch, shirts, tumblers, quite a few crazy things that have came in. Even on the snakes, there's some pretty cool wild stuff out there. So definitely, and from some pretty cool breeders too. So make sure you guys come out.
Absolutely.
Got to show the love.
You'll have to share it out with us so we can share it out with everybody too. Put it on
I'll actually send that to you guys, because I know sometimes it's hard, like when you send it, or you can't share something, so sometimes you got to send it into the
oh my gosh,
private or whatnot.
Right.
In fact, Stan, I had an issue with him, so I took and I was like, well, he couldn't share it out, so I was like, you know what, screw it, I'll just text it straight to you.
Yeah.
So
because sometimes when you do it one way it works, and then you do the same thing again and it doesn't work, and I haven't figured that out. So
exactly,
it's just the internet trying to frustrate us. Brian is still being funny. Brian said he's on his way out because he has to have dad duty until his shed test comes back.
Nice.
Brian, what a goofball.
It's gonna come back positive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a good week. It's got to.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, shoot. We'll have to talk about doing some collabs then.
Oh, absolutely.
Trying to keep up with the chat as I'm leaning around over here.
I know
we'll work on
the
it.
ADD is really killing me because we've got chat over here and chat over here.
Oh yeah, we got double windows open.
Like Ken said, right? I'm always looking to add newer genes for cheap, low risk, high reward. That's true. Try to find something really nice at a good price. Like that.
Absolutely.
I've found a lot of stuff that you don't have to spend crazy money.
No. And even with some of the furrow stuff, you can get it on Morph Market auctions for a really good price. It might not have all the genetics you want in it, but it's definitely a good base. Just make sure you look at what it's eating.
Yes. We were just looking at a friend of ours was just looking at an auction that's going, and there's some adult females, and Kurt was like, we were out to dinner last night, and Kurt goes, "Hey Nikki, did you take a look at what this is eating?" And I said, "No." Does he know what it's eating? No. Well, they're only eating frozen thawed mice, and they're like big adult females. And I was like, oh,
yeah,
we should probably tell him that. And so we did. And he was like, I didn't even look at what it was eating. But, there's always the chance that you could switch them over, but there's always the chance that you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then what do you do?
Exactly.
Right. So,
and like you said, that's one thing I'll stay away. I try to. If I see it as fed mouse, I'm like, nope.
Yeah, unless it's something I cannot live without.
Yeah, if it's something amazing that I got to have, oh yes, I'm pulling the trigger. You're mine.
Right.
I know. That's when I wrote him last night. I was like, well, if you do get them, we have African soft-furred rats, but we don't have any mice. So we could just hope that we could get get it switched over real
Right.
quick. But who knows? You never know.
Definitely.
We've had some that have come as bigger girls and adult and mice eaters, and it takes a while to get them off the mice.
Yeah, like they don't eat for 8 months.
Because they want the candy, and then they want them like this big.
Yeah,
Like,
not adult size. They want like a
little guy.
A weaned mouse or something ridiculous.
Oh, we have Disco, don't we?
We have Disco.
We like Disco.
Yeah, we
Disco's
picked up
nice.
Disco from Sloan.
Yeah,
Darren.
Oh, nice.
we did. Did we end up with 2?
We ended up with 2.
We saw one and ended up with having to have 2 of them.
Yeah, he had he had one on auction, and it was just a Disco hypo, and nobody was bidding on it. So we ended up getting it for like $50 or something ridiculous.
It was
Nice.
Look at what
And
Marcus and Tiffany said.
Disco's an amazing gene. That really looks good in some combos. So
Yes.
anybody not doing that, like you really are sleeping on Disco.
Yeah, and it has a
And then you
viable
can even do the
super.
super form, can't you, Kurt?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
it's a patterned
Beautiful.
super. So.
You don't want to sleep on Disco because John Travolta will be very mad at you.
Oh, jeez.
Marcus and Tiffany are very excited for the merch at the auction, but they also said they've got one adult female who only eats mice, but they have a lot. See, that's the key. If it's something that only eats mice, you've got to have a lot of them. Like
Mhm.
the people we were talking to last night, who was I talking to? I
don't
can't
know.
remember. Somebody we were talking to has a female that only eats mice, but she eats like 4 large adult mice
That was them. Yeah.
at a time.
Wow.
We would not have enough mice. We don't have any mice, so we'd be screwed.
Yeah. And
We'd be screwed.
like we've seen carpet pythons that are only stuck on mice, and they're about a third of the size they should be. They look like a dwarf. Yeah,
Jeez.
it can go really south.
Yeah, that's like horrible because you're having to sit there. If you are breeding, like you said, you're having to feed it so much just to get to that point. And then, which can be a little stressful if you're having to I guess if it's small enough, I have seen snakes when they're big, they'll actually take their head and just choke it out with their mouth. But I would prefer, and two, the expense, if you didn't breed your own, like that would be so crazy to have to go spend $30-$40 a week just to feed your snake. Like, I'm not even getting a New York steak, so
Yeah.
What's going on?
That's either tater tot casserole over here at our house. What can you put together?
I got some tortillas and peanut butter in there, and
See?
top
Hey.
ramen.
You
Whatever
know the
gets you
life.
by.
Cup of
Yeah.
noodles. We have those sitting in the kitchen right now.
Yep.
David says, I have mice eaters that take anything right now since they're developing follicles quickly, but they definitely have preferences at certain times. I get that too. So
Yeah.
far, knock on wood, we've been good over here with our stuff that's on ASFs. And then like if we have extra rats, because right now we're using our Norways as like surplus as the feeders for other people. But if we have a few extra Norways, I'll just go in and feed those off. And nobody's been picky so far.
No, they have a varied diet.
Yeah. So that's good.
Yep. And it's that time of the year too that the snakes should be starting to take off eating very well. So
Yes. So well that every time you open an enclosure, they're trying to get you.
boom, here it comes flying out.
Yes. That. Like, look out. Don't open that bin.
Right.
Yeah, my banana boy, he did that. He's always really good with me. But a couple weeks back or a couple months back, I went to go feed him. And man, he came flying halfway out. And I was like, whoa, shit. Like, what's going on here, dude?
Just reaching out, trying to kiss you. Yeah.
Yeah, he just
Yeah.
throws
Those are
a
always
rough
the
tap,
best.
that's all.
We have a female in here that I went to feed the other day, and I was so stupid. I'd been talking to Craig earlier in that day, and he was talking about he was feeding his snakes, and I was watching him, and he was feeding them just like by holding them with his hand by the tail. And I was like, you're such a brave soul. So then that night, of course, being me, I'm like, I can do this too. But I always use tongs. I always feed him off tongs. I opened the bin and had it by the tail, and she looked right at it and then bit me. And then I was like,
Yeah.
failed. This is a failure. But then she let go of me as soon as she realized and looked very remorseful that had happened. But then I realized why I do what I do, and tongs are my friend.
That was the worst bite I ever got. I was feeding, and it came around the tongs. It completely missed the rat and bit me in the hand. Just hung on.
When I got bitten the other day, It was a smiley face. It had 2 little eyes and a smiley face mouth. It was absolutely ridiculous. I took a picture and posted it on Instagram because
Nice.
it was one of those things you couldn't believe. But I've done ridiculous things because that's me. Like lean down to look in a bin of a new adult female snake. This was a year ago or so, maybe 2 years now, and got bit in the forehead.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Right
I
here.
learned that as a young kid. My first snake was when I was 10 years old. My first snake was a boa. Excuse me. That red-tailed boa, I had him kind of by my face, and he just boom got me right on the lip. And he was about
Ooh.
5-6 foot, and I was like, oh boy. There was one time I was feeding my female, or excuse me, I was actually giving her water. I stuck my hand in there. Well, I seen her coming out, and I'm like, okay, she's gonna strike. And I'm trying to set the water down and look at her, but I can't set the water down quite right. So I look down, and then boom, I just feel she gets me right in the web of the
Oh,
fingers.
ouch. Those are
I was
2
like-
very painful places to be bitten.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, that hurt. But yeah, usually the other one I had, well, I've had quite a few, but the one that I had was my berm. When he was a baby, he actually grabbed around my wrist, but I didn't really take that personal. He was just a baby and had
Yeah.
response.
And mine was being ridiculous. So, Will, you probably never will have a face bite because you won't do ridiculous things. Like I was taking they're new females and I wanted to check on them. And so I had a flashlight and I was opening the bin. And I remember being like, wow, it got really dark all of a sudden. I wonder what happened. Like I thought the flashlight had gone out. And then I heard this, like, the sound of Velcro unvelcroing. I heard that. And then it got bright again. And I was like, oh. And then I realized that was the sound of her coming off the top of my head. It's like, oh. It looked much worse than it was in the moment. I ran outside to them because it was summertime and they were outside doing something. My mother-in-law and Kurt and our son. And I just had like blood. Like, what happened? I'm like, don't worry, I'm okay. I just had to show you how ridiculous this was.
Looked like she came out of a Attitude Era wrestling match or an ECW wrestling match. Yeah, just blood all over her face.
For about 6 months after that, Kurt would be like, don't put your face in the bin.
Yeah, anytime she'd be like, I'm going to go out and check on the snakes. I'm like, keep your face out of the bin, please.
We don't need no more mistakes.
No, I'm short though, so everything is like.
Yeah, anything over a 4 rack is face height.
It is. I have to get a ladder out there to look in everything.
So do you still have multiple species or do you just have the ball pythons now?
Yeah, I've got the ball pythons. I've got a bearded dragon, crested gecko. I've still got my berm. It feels like I'm missing something. And I got some saltfish.
It's exciting.
Yeah, got a house full.
You do have a house full.
Yeah. I do still want to get back into the boas though too, but I'm probably going to be waiting a couple years before I get back into them. So, and then like those leopard geckos are cool too.
They're cute.
Yeah, they are. I want to get one from Tommy. Like they're so bright orange and everything. They're amazing. I like them.
And their faces always just look so happy.
Mm-hmm. Did you see that one that Tommy, he used to have it? They called it Freddy. It looked like Freddy Krueger.
No.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. I was going to get it from him. And he's like, hey, I was talking to him. He's like, I didn't know you wanted it. And I was like, yeah, Freddy's cool. And then Tommy, something happened with his power. It went out and he ended up losing that one in a few months, unfortunately. Yeah. So hopefully didn't lose too much of his collection and be able to get back on top with it. But yeah, Tommy had some really nice stuff for sure.
Gosh, no, they're adorable. They're so cute. And the beardies, like on another note, the beardies, those dark red ones.
Oh, the red monsters?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's one of my obsessions scrolling through Instagram. We will probably never own a beardy, but just being able to look at how they look like little dragons.
Yeah, and then you go look at the price tag and you're like, oh, no, thank you.
Yeah, you see a $800, $1,000, or $2,000 for a red monster, and you're like, nope.
It's not happening.
I want one. I'm still gonna get it because the bearded dragon I got, she was supposed to be a boy, or excuse me, a female.
Yeah.
Well, fast forward, the lady that had the pet store, she doesn't really know much. Fast forward, I look and Mary Jane now has a W down below. It's not
Oh.
a woman. So yeah, I'm like, okay, well, you're not Mary Jane. You're now Michael Myers. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, now I got to get a female red dragon for her or for him because he's like hypo, translucent, couple other things. I'm not super familiar with the beardies, all the traits and stuff, genes, but the red dragon, yeah, I definitely want to put with that because like the red is just crazy, and then it's got like some of them have like that blackness that kind of go on that red. It's crazy.
Oh, they're beautiful.
They are.
They're
Like
just fun.
Justin from Pressure Pythons, he's got a nice setup at his house. Outside, he's got like this nice white. He built it. It's almost kind of like country type living. I don't know. It's kind of neat. He's got like the white trim, and then he's got the mesh wiring for the cage inside, and it's pretty good size. I don't know exactly how big, but it's probably 5 to 8 foot long, and he's got a couple beardies in there, and they've got so much room, and then he's got like little oyster shells in there and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Ah, sounds beautiful.
Yeah, he's got a lot of cool stuff.
He
just
does.
in general.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, we got to meet him when we went to Bob's show.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah, cool guy.
South, east.
Yeah, I always get it wrong. So
Kurt calls it southwest, so now I have to think of it every time. South,
Yeah.
east.
Yeah, it's not the airline; it's the show.
I know.
Yes.
I was going to say, is it the airline?
Yeah,
Well, I think
exactly.
we flew southwest
fly
there too, so that
Southwest.
made it even more confusing for both of us.
Yeah, it's a big difference, but I still can't get it right.
It's okay.
Yeah, no, he was talking about he gets most of his stuff at 500 to 600 grams when he buys for ball pythons. So he'll put out a little bit more money, I'm sure, but he also produces quicker that way.
Exactly. And that's what I like to try to do too. If I see something, I'm trying to hit that 300, 400, 500 gram at least. But again, it all depends what they have and stuff. So sometimes you got to get that 100, 150 gram female, it doesn't always work out in your favor, but like you said, probably a little bit more pricey too.
But the other alternative is you could get an adult that doesn't eat.
Yeah. Then lays dud eggs.
Exactly.
Ask us how we know. It's all a gamble.
Yeah.
What are you doing the rest of your weekend, Vance?
Well, a lot actually. Probably just kick back with the wife and do some things. I got to get some cleaning up with the reptile, so I'll do a little bit with that. But just kick back, enjoy the Easter, do some barbecue probably, enjoy some green tea for tomorrow for Easter and the split holiday that we're having. So
Yeah.
Right?
yeah, that's about it. What do you guys got going on?
Easter tomorrow. We go to my parents' house in the morning and then we come back home here and have Easter in the afternoon. So it's a double kind of day over here too.
Yeah. I got a lot of bins to clean later.
Yeah, we have to clean snake bins and rat bins today.
Oh, you guys just reminded me I got to go get pine shavings and pellets so I could do that tomorrow.
We just did that today.
Yep, we were there.
It is, and then I still got to run by the bank actually and put money to go put on that snake that I won at the auction. So
See, you're living the dream, Vance.
exactly, it's fun. I love it. It's all good.
This was a lot of fun. We had a
It
blast
was.
hanging out with you.
It was. I was so glad. I was happy. I didn't even sleep that well. I usually don't when I have something to do. I was like, I'm not sleeping too well tonight.
We were very excited and looking forward to it. Felt like, well, it was forever. It was like January when we talked about this.
Yeah. Yeah,
How
you put
fast
that
went
out.
by.
I was like, because you guys are pretty extended far out too. You guys got a good list already going, so that's good that you have people set.
Yes.
So I was like, well, I think you gave me like 1 month or something. Like there was a whole 4 weeks that I had to choose from. And I was like, oh, I'll pick this day.
It was
I
perfect.
didn't even think about it being Easter.
Neither did I. But
Yeah,
this
you
was
never
great.
do.
I
It was
never do.
fun.
No.
Yeah.
It was perfect. This was a perfect way to spend our Saturday.
Yeah.
Can't imagine anything better.
Yeah, I definitely had fun with you guys. It was awesome.
Oh.
So I talk to
Yep.
you guys all the time, but I really never been up on the
No,
thing.
we've never had like an hour long to sit and chat with each other.
No.
So it's perfect.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
just kind of here and there once in a while or something, but heck yeah.
Oh, well, if you aren't following Vance, which I'm sure you all are, go follow him on Instagram
Yes, please.
and watch his YouTube show on Saturdays. But then you also have, is it Thursdays or Wednesdays?
Yeah, I'm glad actually you brought that up. So on Thursdays is the RWO show.
Yes.
That'll be with me, Ken, Justin, Stan, and all those guys. On Saturdays is the Thunderdome. I run that at 2 p.m. Pacific or 5 p.m. Eastern. So you guys can catch me on there. And then we're also going to be starting up probably something else going too. So keep an eye out for that.
Exciting.
Very exciting.
Big things coming. I like it.
Very big things. So.
Well, we hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your weekend and a great Easter, whether you're celebrating with snakes or you're celebrating with eggs, and hopefully snake eggs.
That's
We'll
right.
put them both together.
And if anybody wants to try out Husbandry Pro, we've got a Rainbow 60 code for 60 free days.
Yep.
Nice.
And then tune in next weekend on your channel, right, for the auction for Ken.
Absolutely.
Yes, next Saturday, yes, on my channel.
It's 12 p.m. Pacific.
12 p.m. Pacific or 3 p.m. Eastern, yes.
Yeah.
I always try to get the West Coast and the East Coast, let everybody
Right.
know.
I always have to count on my fingers. Like 12.
Yeah, it's just three numbers different.
I know. Can't do
we
it.
struggle.
But see, like Kurt said, it's only 3 different. But what I'll do is because there's 4 different times, I used to always want to add the 4 to it. So it's like if it's 2 o'clock, I'm over here trying to add 6 o'clock, and it's like, no, it's 5. It
Because
messes
it's
me up.
nuts.
Right. Don't worry. It gets all of us. I wish we could drop daylight savings too. Just go to 1 time. That'd be great. That one always.
Yeah.
Gets us.
Yeah.
If we are going to drop it, let's keep it at this one though. I want the hours the daylight to be more later.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes to that.
For sure.
Well, everybody, have a wonderful weekend. Vance, thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll have to do it again sometime.
And thank you guys for having me on here. And definitely we will do a round 2 of this one.
That sounds great.
Later, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
The ups and downs, we stay strong in your circle, that's where we belong. Lifting each other all day long, in this family we can't go wrong.